Hello, everybody. Now, the topic for today is business letters. Business letters, they serve as brand ambassadors for the organization. And business letters, they talk about the personality of the organization, I would say. If you look at critically at the parts of business letters, the first thing that comes to mind is what kind of organization is this? We look at the letterhead. So the letterhead can be colorful, it can be majestic, it has to be on top with the sender's address that is typed with all the email, phone number, contact details. Then you have the date. Go for simple dates. Do not write abbreviated months, right? And then reference number. Reference number means any number that is given to the letter. You can trace the letter on the basis of reference number. Then we have the inside address or the receiver's address, followed by salutation. In case of person who's at the same level as you can put dear sir. If a person holds a government job at a higher level than you, or you want to give that person respect, go for simply sir. Do not use respected sir. That is wrong because sir in itself is a title, right? Then we have next element, that is subject line. What is the letter all about? That has to be condensed in one sentence and placed in the subject, so that even if you don't look at the body of the letter, the subject line tells us everything about that letter. Then we have the body of the letter. Body of the letter has three parts. The first paragraph talks about why we are writing the letter. The second paragraph builds up the details. And the third one is the action that we expect the receiver to take after reading our letter. The complimentary clauses can be yours truly or yours faithfully. Yours sincerely is not preferred these days. Then we put signature with other details. That means our signature will have name in capital, we'll have the designation, and we can write it as an authority. That means if we are the owner of that firm, we can, write as a person who's writing the letter on somebody else's behalf. So we can go for instead of putting an onus to that particular letter. Then enclosures mean the documents that are attached with the letter. All the documents which you think they are attached, they have to be attached. They should be kept in enclosures. Then CC2 is carbon copy. I mean, along with the letter, if you send that letter copy to other people also, they are not the people who are going to take action on this letter, but they must know the contents of the letter. You can mention their names in CC. Then we have the importance of business letters. Why are business letters important? They serve as brand ambassador of the organization. And you can judge everything about the organization looking at the quality of letter. So a good letter must be complete in all respect. It should have head, body and tail. It should have all the information put beautifully in the body. And then you have conciseness. The letter should not be very elaborate. It should be brief. It should be short. It should be clear. I mean, clarity of expression and thought should be there in the sender's mind. Only then he can go for smart sentences. Then grammatically correct sentences are important. We must consider the reader on the other side when we write the letter. I mean, writer is not important. The reader is important. This is known as considerate or you approach. And it's very important. Go for the vocabulary, sentence, all that. It should match with the psychology of the receiver. Then the words that are used in the letter should be very courteous, polite. They should not be rude. Even if you write a complaint letter, it has to be very courteous. The information of facts have to be concrete, exact. They should build images in the mind of the receiver. They should not have ambiguous language. So these are the characteristics of good business letters. There are various styles or patterns, I would say, of writing business letters. First is full block pattern. This pattern is preferred these days where all the elements of the letter are flushed towards the left hand side. Full block pattern is very common, very computer friendly and practiced. Whereas in case of block pattern, some people feel that full block pattern is tilted towards the left side. So in case of block pattern, what we do is we put the date and close on the right hand side. Date and close. Close is like if you put yours truly, that can come on the right hand side instead of left hand side. So two elements are kept towards the right side. In case of semi block pattern, it's exactly like the block pattern. The only difference is that the body of the letter, the first line I would say, starts in an indented manner. It is shifted at the back. It does not follow a full block pattern. So here in case of semi block, the body of letter is indented. And in case of indented pattern, all the elements of the business letter are indented. They do not follow a block. They are not in same line. They all are shifted. Whereas in case of hanging indented pattern, this is a very common pattern which we see in sales letters. The first line of the paragraph in the body of the letter hangs outside. Right? Let me repeat. The first line of the body of the letter hangs out. That is known as hanging indented pattern. You can choose any of these patterns, but the full block pattern is very easy to follow. So usually I recommend the students to follow this full block pattern. Now these are the assignment questions which you are supposed to submit today. Thank you.